Globalization has made the borders redundant and has increased stiff competition among the world economies. A direct link between competitive advantage of a local economy and investment in performance management systems. So if the beginning is flawed, that is just going to put burden on these systems, and organizations might start reviewing this performance management system as redundant. Hello, my dear friends. My name is Dr. Kafi, and I am the lead consultant at Kafi and Associates. We specialize in four HR dimensions. Number one is driving organizations' performance to a whole new level. Number two is accelerating major transformations, enabling the organizations to profit from changing economic and technological landscape. Number three is result-oriented leadership development, ensuring business continuity and consistent success. Number four is senior level, local and international staffing solutions based on absolute confidentiality and trust. Please connect with us if you wish to know more about us or any of our programs. Now, coming back to our topic of Performance Management System Information Series, we discussed in detail the modalities of Performance Prism model for public sector organizations in developing countries, including Pakistan. We also discussed how to implement this Performance Prism model with the help of Professor John P. Cotter's 8-step change and transformation acceleration model and Michael Porter's value chain analysis. Let us now discuss the impact of globalization on the implementation and relevance of performance management systems. Globalization has made the borders redundant and has increased stiff competition among the world economies, according to Anna Po Young Sui and Kam Tong Lai from Chinese University of Hong Kong in 2009. So if one economy like Hong Kong is flourishing on knowledge-based economy, other economies in fact have already started investing in their human capital. India is a significantly important example. The call center and outsourcing businesses have reached far and wide in India because multinational firms can easily get cheap labor from countries like India, according to Alexander Jankovic, and from Belgrade Metropolitan University, and Vladimir Skorik from Singadanam University, Belgrade. After the skill development, India has started to shift the dependence of world economy towards its human capital. Again, countries like Hong Kong and India need to compete with each other and the world, and they have to keep investing in their human capital and keeping up to date the corresponding performance management system. Dr. David N. Ammons and Dr. Jordan A. Jones and Dr. Ellen G. Liston, in their paper titled as Performance Management Purpose, Executive Management and Reported Benefits Among Leading Local Governments, published in 2013, write that we have found a direct link between competitive advantage of a local economy and investment in performance management systems. Dr. David N. Ammons, Dr. Jordan A. Jones, and Dr. Ellen G. Liston examine a pair of organizational factors for their contributions to the levels of performance management success among a set of 72 US local governments, all of which enjoy reputations for good performance management. The factors examined are: first, the purpose according to performance management in each organization, and second, the engagement of senior managers in reviewing the performance of operating units. Ammons, Jones, and Liston find that local governments that regard performance management to be their management philosophy perceive greater benefits on particular dimensions of performance than those regarding it to be a system or simply a means of upgrading performance measurement. Greater benefits are also reported by organizations whose executives routinely review the performance of operating units. Let us now discuss performance management as a core HR practice in this globalization context. According to many academicians, performance management is a core human resource practice, like Dr. Rosemary O'Leary, Dr. David M. Van Slyke, and Dr. Sun-Hee Kim. According to their paper, The Future of Public Administration Around the World, published by Georgetown University Press in 2010. In fact, they believe over the years, organizational needs have evolved this concept to a whole new level and linked it with the organizational performance. HR performance or practices are nowadays quite strategic. They automatically contribute to the success of an organization. Similarly, HR practices cannot be independent of financial matters in a company because from employee salaries to promotions, from perks and benefits to insurance, it has to involve the budgeting decisions of a company. So, as far as the modern practices are concerned, HR practice cannot be disconnected from overall organization performance. Hence, the academics that follow this thought automatically support performance management to be a part and parcel of HR practice rather than an independent domain. According to Anna Po Young Sui and Kam Tong Lee from Chinese University of Hong Kong, this skill factor is also the competitive advantage. The more the firms have skillful and talented employees, the more competitive advantage will they have with other firms. One of the best examples of an economy that is using and investing in the human factor is Hong Kong. Anna Po Young Sui and Kam Tong Lei from Chinese University of Hong Kong assert that Hong Kong is investing in the human capital strategies and is successfully generating output. There are three sectors in which they are investing: property, financial services, and the stock market. The investment that Hong Kong has made in talent management of human capital has paid off, and because of this, they are an extremely progressive market. The question is, why am I talking about Hong Kong? Example again and again. The reason is that developing countries like Pakistan, India, and China have, among all things, one factor is common, and that is the abundance of human resources. So, if economies like Hong Kong can invest and take advantage of this resource, so can other developing countries. Societies in developing countries are technically highly labor intensive societies, according to Dr. Syed Nawab Haider Naqvi in 2004. With the population boom and the right investment in human skills, developing countries can have a huge progressive boost in the economy. But for that, like Hong Kong, they have to invest, nurture, and train that talent. Performance management systems can help in identifying right talent for the right job roles and give suggestions to boost that human capital. According to the study conducted by Anna Po Young Sui and Kam Tong Lee from Chinese University of Hong Kong, currently the Hong Kong economy is right now investing and reinvesting in these performance management systems further because they consider it a changing process. They are reforming it continuously to meet the latest demands. The first thing Hong Kong did was that they revamped their selection tools from the very step to the last. According to Anna Po Young Sui and Kang Tong Lee from Chinese University of Hong Kong, they made sure that employment and selection tools are taken seriously as a useful help to identify and pick talented individuals. They found out that interviewers and the selection managers have to be adequately equipped with the right skills to select the right talent, otherwise, it is going to be a waste of company resources to conduct those interviews and can result in a long term loss for the company if wrong talent is selected for the job. So, for them as well, the onus of success lies with skillful interviewers, and if they are not talented enough, they might corrupt a highly important process. Now, why are we discussing a human resource practice here? This is because the study by Sean Smith and Rebecca Mazin, titled as The HR Answer, published in April 2004, confirms that until and unless the human resource practices are developed from the very first step, they won't be able to implement the performance management system in the correct way. Let us assume that the interview process has selected an individual who was not right for the job in the first place. And after a year or so, his performance is measured and monitored by the performance management system. If the result concludes that individual is not fit for the job role designed, the company would have to redo the entire selection process again and then again wait for another 6 months or so to review the performance. So if the beginning is flawed, that is just going to put burden on these systems, and organizations might start reviewing this performance management system as redundant. Hence, from the start, human resource practice needs to develop and select right individuals for the job. Only then these later systems of performance management can work and provide appropriate feedback. If the selection tools were adequate, only then the performance system can help to see if the individual goals were aligned with the organizational objectives. Similarly, after the correct talent hunt, correct performance development methods can be used to develop performance, and then correct appraisal methods can be used to identify and evaluate the employee performance. Furthermore, the literature by Sean Smith and Rebecca Mazin argues that developed HR practices are not only beneficial for performance management process in the beginning, but also throughout the life cycle as well. Because once performance management system identifies the problems and recommends training or job rotation, only a mature training and development department in a company can see it through all the way. If the HR practice of training and development is fully mature, only then the recommendations put forward by performance management systems can be fully implemented. Hence, HR practices are not only needed in the beginning of selecting the right individual according to the organization's ambitions, but later on as well to align individual performance with the company's objectives. The literature above explains and identifies the need of a fully developed HR department aligned with the performance management system. Furthermore, Anna Po Young Sui and Kam Tong Lee in their study hold the view that in order to gain complete output of performance management systems, a robust and effective reward program is also necessary. That is, if performance systems are highlighting good performance, an individual should be rewarded and encouraged to do better to reinforce positive behavior. Similarly, if the performance rating is low, positive feedback suggestions have to be given in order to make sure the employee is not demotivated and becomes more zealous to improve him or herself in the future. As discussed extensively in detail earlier in this performance management information series. A performance management system have to avoid anxiety and stress among the employees by all means. Negative feedback and highlighting negative performance might demotivate the already underperforming individual. Here again, the need for competent managers comes in. Finding the right candidate for a job requires a significant amount of effort, time, and money. Advertising for the job role, waiting for the applications, finding the right but passive candidates, etc. Then the lengthy interview process begins. The selection and recruitment process can be quite cumbersome and time taking. The process of salary negotiations and yearly bonuses requires skill, time, and usage of company resources. Hence, finally, when you select and hire, you want to retain it. Otherwise, the entire time and resources you have spent to hire a candidate will be wasted. Therefore, employee retention is a major concern for any organization. According to scholarly literature by Dr. Sean Smith and Dr. Rebecca Mazin, organizations will be willing to spend on these expensive performance management systems if they see it making a useful contribution to the company, and an important contribution is retaining and high performing employees. Therefore, if performance management systems are successful in an organization, they will have direct impact on employees' retention. However, the flip side would be that if performance management systems are not working, instead of creating motivation, they might be creating anxiety and stress. In this case, the employees would want to switch to another job because their comfort level is no more with the organization. In some cases, it may be encouraged, but in most cases, it is not. Dr. Sean Smith and Dr. Rebecca Mazin also suggest that compensation is not always a good employee retention policy, but motivation, encouragement, and other factors, as discussed in our earlier episodes of Performance Management Information series, have been proven to be more productive. Additionally, certain studies, particularly two studies, are worth our discussion. First is management innovation and organizational performance. The mediating effect of performance management, published in August 2010 by Dr. Richard M. Walker, Dr. Ferry Bowles Davenport, and Dr. Carlos A. Davies. Second study, titled as Learning from Visitors, Performance Management History News, Volume 61, published in 2006 by Sherry Cook, have highlighted that in some organizations, performance management has helped in boosting a healthy environment with an effective dialogue. It has enhanced and improved the quality of conversations. The employees were able to put their demands in an effective and a positive way, and the managers were able to solve or at least consider the demands of the employees in a productive and understanding way, because both had organizational alignment and effectiveness in mind. Many uncomfortable topics can be discussed in an amicable way. For example, topics such as employee compensation is a difficult area for the employees to put forward. But if the performance management system manages to highlight this problem in the system or software for an employee, then the supervisor and the employee can have a one-on-one or a private discussion on this topic. Similarly, if one of the employee feels that he or she is facing discrimination and is reluctant to take it to the managers because of the consequences, performance management system can help address the issue. Harassment issue is a very pertinent and very serious issue in some organizations, and this system or software can highlight the grievances of the employees. It must be noted that all these sensitive topics like compensation, discrimination, and harassment can be the reason of low output from an employee, and performance management systems are an excellent way to highlight these scenarios. All in all, here again we discuss a greater need of competent and sympathetic managers to tackle the sensitive issues discussed here, because unskilled managers can contribute negatively to the situation discussed and might add more anxiety and stress for the employee. The organization may have to face retention issues in such cases.
Book your appointment now through our website cafe.com.pk or email us at info@cafe.com.pk. Please follow Cafe Associates on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter X, TikTok, Instagram.